What is up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you here today. We are driving home from work as we keep on talking about WWE's Royal Rumble 2019. I don't know if it's basically because of the fact that I really don't know anything that's going to happen at this year's Royal Rumble. I mean, this year's WrestleMania is really sort of kept in the dark. Really no spoilers about any matches that you really think that's going to be going on. In the back of your mind, you're just hoping that Cain Velasquez and Tyson Fury have a match against each other, because we just really don't need to see a WrestleMania where that's two of the biggest matches on the show. If they want to have matches over in Saudi Arabia and call that, you know, the crown jewel, the WrestleMania for the other side of the world, that's fine by me. But I just really don't want those guys clogging up this year's WrestleMania. I'm hoping that one of those guys doesn't win the Rumble. But, you know, we don't really know what the plans are really for anything. But this year, we're going to have a women's championship match. It's going to be Becky Lynch going up against Asuka. This is the match that Becky Lynch asked for. I do like the storyline basically behind this match. Becky Lynch has just about beat everyone in WWE. She's pretty much almost been the Tessa Blanchard of the WWE, where, you know, she's just beat up everybody on the women's division. She's called out men from the men's division, basically saying that she is the man. And I can honestly tell you that right now, Becky Lynch is not, I'm not talking about physically, but her stock is not as hot as it was last year. She's kind of like, yeah, we've seen you, but we've been seeing a lot of you. And I don't know if it's basically we're looking for something new, or maybe that's just nothing for her to do that she hasn't done already. She's basically dominated all of WWE. In the past, women in the women's division have basically sort of got one good year run, and then basically they kind of just fade out. But as of right now, the women's division is pretty much stacked as heavily as it's ever been, with people like Bayley, Sasha Banks, Charlotte Flair, but yet they keep a lot of them away from each other. But this is a match that Becky has asked for because of the fact that Asuka is the one woman in the women's division of WWE that Becky Lynch has never beat. Becky Lynch almost didn't get her shot at WrestleMania last year because of the fact that Asuka won the three-way at TLC, becoming the women's champion. Then they set up a match at the Royal Rumble last year where it was Becky Lynch against Asuka, and we all thought it was a slam dunk that Becky would win that match, and that would set up WrestleMania. But Asuka beat her. And this year, we go to TLC, and we have a match with Asuka and Kairi Sane. The name of their tag team honestly escapes me if they do have one. They have a TLC match built up as like one of the main events of TLC against Charlotte and Becky Lynch, the two women in the division. They don't like each other. Yeah, we get it. But, you know, they are able to sort of band together in order to try and beat these girls, and it didn't work out. Asuka and Kairi Sane beat Becky and Charlotte at their own game at TLC, and you know, basically Becky Lynch has asked WWE, look, you know, I've beat just about everybody, but I've never beat her. So in order to prove that I am the man, I need to have this match at the Royal Rumble. And it almost feels as if Asuka is coming into this match as the champion, because how much the champion Becky Lynch is asking for this win. I think that honestly, you know, you have to take the betting odds here that Becky Lynch will win this match, and it's going to set up something for WrestleMania, whether that's, you know, Shayna Baszler winning the Women's Battle Royal. Well, I guess it's the Women's Royal Rumble. But, you know, winning that, and then that would make her the number one contender for Becky versus Shayna, or maybe this is the year they sort of scrap everything to the side, no matter who wins the Royal Rumble, and we finally get that four horsewoman match with Rousey. You know, she's always kind of in the weeds, but I think if they told her, we have you come in, maybe you only do this one match at WrestleMania, you get a payday, you help your girls out that are doing really well in NXT, moves them up to the main roster, and maybe we have sort of a coming together of Charlotte, Becky Lynch, Sasha Banks, and Bayley. And maybe that's the reason why, you know, we had Charlotte and Becky tag at TLC. That sort of seemed like it came out of the middle of nowhere. And then from there, that would sort of bond them together. Yeah, you know, Sasha and Bayley, you know, they're not really on the same sides of things right now. But, you know, maybe they can all come together and admit that they are the best. And they don't want to say that the new crop of girls coming out of NXT is better than their crop. It was sort of like, the way I'm thinking about it, it reminds me of like a crop of like rated rookies from like some like 1990 Donruss, where all those guys would sort of bond together coming up out of the minor leagues to the majors. And most of the time, only like one of those guys out of that whole sort of set became a real star or semi-star. But you know what I'm saying. Most of those guys, you look back at those cards, they flame out. But, you know, from those 4 girls, 3 of them came up all at the same time. You know, you go back and watch those old episodes of NXT, they really were having some damn good matches back in the day, before NXT was even on USA, getting that main day exposure and all that stuff. So, you know, I still have questions about what WWE is building to. Obviously, it's WWE, it's WrestleMania. They're always going to treat that special. They're going to figure something out. They got to be hiding something close to their vest, and just nobody's got their hands on it or guessed what it is yet. But I'm guessing at the Royal Rumble, Becky Lynch is going to beat Asuka.